So this is a follow-up video to a couple of videos that I made previously. One is called God's Strategy for Removing Donald Trump from Office, and the other one is called Donald Trump and the Firehose of Truth. And I will include links to both those videos in the description box below this one, in case you would like to check them out. With recent events happening in the news, I wanted to talk to you guys about how the divine still has the fire hose of truth aimed at Donald Trump's face. So we are still being shown who Donald Trump is. And all of these truths and skeletons that are coming out of his closet and things that are being revealed to us, we should pay very close attention to, because the divine is basically showing us who Donald Trump is. So I wanted to talk about Donald Trump in particular and his very, very strong connection to the other side. He is very well connected to the other side, okay? He has a very strong connection to the other side. But the problem is, the other side consists of two types of energies. One energy consists of the angels, the higher vibrational beings, right? Who want our highest good and their truth, love, and light. And the other side are demonic entities that basically want pain, suffering, anger, hate, ego, money, power, greed, etc. Okay? And we'll give him some flames, and then we'll give him a pitchfork. Why not? Now, when you look at Donald Trump's soul and who he is as a person, which energy do you think he is aligned with more? The truth and the light, or lies, deceit, separation, fear-mongering, ego, money, power, etc.? Well, him as a human being, he's aligned with this, the dark. So because Donald Trump has a really strong connection to the other side, when he is being influenced, his thoughts, feelings, emotions, decisions, when they're being influenced by an energy, where do you think that's coming from? Demonic entities, the dark. Donald Trump is a puppet for the dark. Because he has such a strong connection to the other side, it's very easy for the dark to influence him. And they do. And that's why when you watch the news, I want you to pay very, very close attention to the free will decisions that Donald Trump makes, because they are extremely strategic and they are coming straight from demons. Let's deny that global warming even exists. Where did that come from? Let's gut the Environmental Protection Agency. Where did that come from? Let's separate families at the borders. Where did that come from? Let's pull U.S. troops out of Syria and cause a humanitarian crisis. Let's reach out to Ukraine for dirt on Biden's son. Let's destroy our relationship with our allies and lose their trust. So when Donald Trump is making all these free will decisions, what do you think these guys are doing? Yeah! Woo! That's our boy! Thanks, Tony! You're totally hooking us up. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Look at all the havoc we can wreak on the United States. Look at all the chaos we can cause. This is awesome! Thank you! You're our boy. We love you! All of his free will decisions are coming from evil. Sure, there's some nice ones thrown in there, like, Alice Johnson's clemency. Good for her. Good for Kim Kardashian for helping her. Where did that come from? Did that come from his heart and him genuinely wanting to help, or did it come from his ego? It's like, well, I'll be a hero if I do this. Maybe that decision came from his ego. Ego's also from the dark. He's being influenced by the dark because he's their puppet, and he has a very, very strong connection to the other side. So what is Donald Trump doing? Oh, he's channeling. Donald Trump is channeling. He's a channel for the other side, the evil part of it. Guess who some other channels are? James Randi is a channel for the other side. He speaks for the dark. Very, very strategic. Pulls people towards the dark. Pulls people towards atheism, away from the truth and the light, towards the dark and falsities, because he's totally wrong. God does exist. Hitler was a channeler. I think Hitler was like sitting with a group of friends and he heard a voice say, move away, like move away from where you're sitting. So he got up and walked away, and then like a bomb blew up all of his friends where he was sitting. Yeah, Hitler was a channel for the dark. So I do have a video that I made previously called Donald Trump versus Hitler, where I compare the two of them. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I made that video called The White House Has a Paranormal Problem, because the White House does have a paranormal problem. It still does. Donald Trump is being influenced by negative entities. So yeah, that's a paranormal problem. You've basically got someone being controlled by demons, making evil decisions that, they hope to ultimately result in our demise. So how is the divine fighting back? Well, he's taken the fire hose of truth and spraying it at Donald Trump so the American people can see, him for who he is and what he's doing. And, the divine thinks the impeachment inquiry is fine, but if we want to, we can also just take Donald Trump by the hand and guide him out of the Oval Office and say, sorry, you're not really president and your power is an illusion because you're the result of a fraudulent election, which means you yourself are a fraud. Because our election broke universal law. You can't give the American people a choice of dark versus dark. Hillary was the dark, Donald Trump was the dark. You can't give, it's not representative of human free will. You can't give the American people a choice of dark versus dark. You have to have a light in there somewhere. So Bernie Sanders got scooted aside because the primaries were rigged against him. So the light was removed from the last election. So you broke universal law, the divine's giving it a thumbs down. Also Russian interference via the media, that was a fraudulent election right there as well. So yeah, Donald Trump's not really president, his power is an illusion. So that's why the divine just wants him to be escorted out of the Oval Office. It's like, sorry, this election is a do-over. We need to have another one. And the divine's been saying that for a long time, that the 2016 election was a total sham. So the divine doesn't consider him president. He doesn't consider him number 45. Bernie Sanders actually needs to leave the Democratic Party and lead the People's Party and ultimately our revolution, where he gets people up off the couch and fighting back. And that's where the light is. The light is the people. And the divine is behind the people, standing up and rising up and taking over, because the light is stronger than the dark. So just so you know, but Bernie Sanders can't be a part of the establishment by being a member of the Democratic Party and go up against the establishment. If you're part of the establishment, how are you going against it? You need to separate out and lead the People's Party and our revolution and give everyone a clean light to follow in order to do that. So the divine is pointing out the dynamics energetically of what's going on with Donald Trump's soul and how he really is, working for demonic entities. So the light is really the people making the free will decision to stand up and fight for what's right and essentially take back power and control of the country. Because his power is an illusion and his presidency is an illusion. He's not really president. It's like fake news, fake president. So I think that's why I wanted to shine a flashlight on the dynamics of what's happening and what's been going on. Kim Jong-un is also still a nuclear threat. He doesn't like his sanctions, and he is also working on a submarine. So shooting, nuclear bomb at the United States is, obviously not out of, question for him. It's not out of the picture for him. He's still a threat to the United States. So we also have to be, very careful there. But that's why the divine wanted you guys to pay close attention to when you watch the news. It's like, what actions is he taking? What free will decisions is he making? Because it's coming straight from demons. And you can learn a great deal about the dark just by keeping a close eye on Donald Trump right now and really kind of learning about the battle of light versus dark and how the universe works. So that's why I encourage you guys to get up off the couch and speak your truth and be seen and be heard and shine your light. Shine your light. Fight for what's right, because this guy, puppet for the dark. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.